I have been talking about starting a YouTube channel for months. And I want to be very specific about what that looked like because talking about it undersells the commitment I had to not doing it. I had a notes document and everything. I had a content calendar template I found on YouTube from a YouTube video on how to start a YouTube channel. I had a list of equipment I needed to buy, a list of topics I needed to outline first, and a rough idea of the aesthetic I was going for. And all I had to show for it was a library of goofy old videos I recorded playing games with my friends long before I had developed any of this pre-work. And what's sad is that this is what I've encouraged others to do. Trying something new, adopting tools and workflows they already know they need. I had been doing this for years, and I know clinically that knowing doesn't mean doing. I talk about this, I've written about it, I have a whole framework for why people stall at the edge of something new, and now here I am at the edge of making my first new video. This particular flavor of stall I was in is what I call the queue. Because, procrastination doesn't quite feel right. Procrastination feels like avoidance, and no, this was not what I was doing. The queue feels like it's productive. It sounds like, I'll start when I have the right gear so my audio quality will be good. When I finish setting up my office, my backdrop will look professional. When work slows down, I'll have the time to really dedicate to this. When I actually know what the channel is about, I can move forward confidently with my messaging. Just a very dignified way to never begin. And this was my cue I had decorated very nicely. So here's what I'm building, and why I think it's worth your time. I'm a person in the middle of figuring something out in public. I have a day job that I'm not leaving tomorrow, a business I'm building in the margins of it, and a pretty specific theory about why smart, capable people get stuck. Because some people have trained themselves to treat preparation as the work, and they forgot how to play, and I mean literally. Maybe also as a metaphor, I'm not quite sure. But I've played volleyball my entire life. Earlier on in my life, I coached collegiate, and now I like playing pickup or beach whenever I can. I started noticing years ago that the way someone plays pickup is a very good preview of how they handle everything else. The person who stands outside the drill until they are sure they can do it, the person who argues the out-of-bounds call in a 10-0 game, the person who apologizes before every single serve, and the person who just laughs when they shank one and find ways to include others. The court is a mirror, and I kept seeing parts of myself in others, and the part of yourself that you bring to recreational sports that you enjoy is the part of you that deserves to be given the stage in the rest of your life as well. What I want to make on this channel is stuff that helps you see yourself in it too. I'm going to talk about psychology of stalling and what actually breaks it, because I find the mechanics of it genuinely fascinating. And I'm going to build things on camera, tools, systems, the solo operator infrastructure I'm running my whole life on, because showing the build is more useful than showing the finished result. And I'm going to talk about AI, not in the future is here kind of way, but how I actually do things on a Tuesday that would have taken me a whole week to finish on my own. And sometimes I'm going to talk about games and what they teach us about everything else, because that is the rabbit hole of where this whole thing started. I think there is something useful in watching someone actually do the thing that they have been theorizing about, especially when the theory is specifically about doing is so much harder than theorizing. So, here I am doing, badly and in public, which is the only way I really know how to start. But I'm not going to pretend I have this figured out. The whole point is that I don't. I'm mid-climb, I still have my day job that I really like, my personal business is in its early stages, and this channel has, as of this recording, very few videos on it outside the old ones that I made recording playing games. But isn't it funny that those old videos required nothing? None of this prep. It was easy to make and I had a blast, and I'm hoping to personally rediscover throughout this process what it was like to inject joy into what I choose to do. If this is the kind of thing you want more of, I write a weekly newsletter to keep you up to date on what I'm doing and what I'm thinking about. Link is in the description. Come find me there or here on the next one. Until next time.